So, game number 1, let's get a counter down in a 3-2-1 Tetris. Looks like there's a few long bars in this seed. It's good news. Not a cursed seed just yet. Tobi actually went for a bit, which was kind of odd. A little bit dangerous. You gotta play dangerous against a roller when you're a tapper. Or Tobi's gonna go for full efficiency. That'll be interesting to see what happens. If you want to see Tobi just bust out rolling into level 39, that'll be a massive shock. But no glove on, so I doubt. I mean, Gerald doesn't roll with the gloves. Who knows? Maybe Tobi will just whip out some rolling. That'd be quite cool, actually. I'd like to see that. Does he have it in his locker? Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Gerald with the delayed bit setup. Is he gonna get it? Yes, he is. Not even punished. The game didn't mind that he did that. So clearly it's not a cursed seed, so it's not my doing if these games go horribly wrong. Tobi, no place for the Z piece, gonna have to create a hole. They're gonna take a couple burns now. Tetris for Tobi. Tetris for Gerald. Tobi's stack looking a bit troublesome. It gets the triple down the right hand side and another split triple down the right hand side for Tobi. It's going to set up on at row 3. Tetris for Tobi, 225. Gerald with testing overhangs. Oh, and he somehow manages to get that Vit. Oh, but a pretty awkward center of the stack now for Gerald, so you're gonna have to work around that. Ended up being long bar dependent, buried underneath that hole. Tigriz, first time chatter, says, till today I do not understand what are they doing with the left hand of the controller, because that has a side button or something. So, what's happening here is a technique called rolling. There's a video on YouTube if you search Tetris rolling, video by Game Scout who can explain it much better than I can, but in summary, your thumb is on top of the D-pad, it's resting on top of it, so not pressing the button, and your fingers at the back will bump the controller into your thumb on the top. You're pressing the controller into your hand, essentially. So every time you hit the controller with your finger, you'll get an input. So you have 5 fingers on one hand, hit each finger underneath the controller, you'll get 5 inputs. And the maximum amount of inputs you need to move a piece from the center of the board, the left of the board is 5 inputs. So you use your entire hand and you can move the pieces very, very fast. It's a lot quicker than pressing the button with one hand, with one finger. 5 fingers is much more efficient. So if you can move the pieces faster, you can stack a lot higher, and you can score more points. It means that the kill screen, used to be called level 29, is now a lot more playable. As we will probably see in this match from Gerald, you'll see piece movement that you never thought was possible with hyper tapping or DAS. But yeah, that's my explanation of how rolling works. It's probably not the best explanation, but hopefully it gives you like a brief understanding of how it works and what's going on. It is a weird thing to look at for the first time. It looks like they're not pressing anything, but they are in fact. I mean, they're technically not pressing anything. They're just pressing the entire controller into their thumb. So they're not really pressing buttons. The button is pressing their thumb essentially. Gerald is at 500,000 through 112 lines, and Tobi are actually in the lead here by 10,000 points. Very efficient 18 game, both players. They're equally as efficient, right? Humpy says, the technique is so powerful it's actually banned in some competitions. That is right. In fact, there is a DAS World Cup happening for the second time, second year in a row, in Germany. If you're in the Cologne area, in September, a DAS tournament happening. DAS World Championship, if you will. So make sure you join CTWC Discord if you want to know more about that. Or join CTL Discord if you want to know more about CTL. We have transitioned 609 for Tobi, 560 for Gerald, so Tobi is the one in the lead here. Tetris for Gerald, 584. Obviously Gerald probably with the more runway just because he can play longer on the kill screen than Tobi. See how efficient will pace gaming work for the Tapper in this match? Wait and see. I also need to check if this is the right division. It's 1B. No, it's not, it's 1A. Gerald with the Tetris there, 638. Tobi is 713. My whole max up club is lagging right now. What's going on? I think we're okay. Tetris there for Tobi, 743. Gonna look for a long bar in column 8. Finds the long bar. Fed up really quickly there for a second. 776 for Tobi, 700,000 for Gerald. No place for that SP there for Tobi, but is able to open up the well and get a Tetris. 807 for Tobi, 730 for Gerald. And the parity breaking T there for Gerald, but he gets another T to resolve that. Tobi Akibars and gets another Tetris. 867 here for Tobi. Oh, now Tobi long bar dependent on the left side. He's gonna get the long bar there for a double. Need something else. Actually set up a left bar dirty. Tetris gets it. Tobi 901,000 points into level 25. Tetris for Gerald 822. Very efficient games from both players here. Tobi getting the J into columns 2 and 3 and gets another Tetris. 935. Gerald with two quick Tetrises in level 25 himself at 888. So about 50,000 points back in pace. Maybe looking for a level 26 max out here. One Tetris. There's a level 26 max out for Tobi. Tapper holding his own here against the roller. Tetris there for Gerald. Maybe takes a smart double. Takes another skim there. Another Tetris for Tobi. 1,041,000 points here for Tobi. Gerald will max out with the next Tetris. Tetris again for Tobi. Level 28, 3 Tetris is available. Maybe 1.2 is off the table without kill screen, but can still definitely get a very solid 1.1. That long bar gonna show up. There it is. There's a Tetris. Tobi can get one more in before level 29. He's selling the board to try and get it, and he's gonna get the Tetris. 1.184 for Tobi. So Gerald needs 1.185, a competition PB for Tobi. But will it be enough against the rolling player? As you can see, there's no barriers for Gerald on level 29. Probably needs 3 Tetrises and some line out will do it for Gerald. And Gerald chases down, definitely one of the best line outers in the game. Triples will definitely chop away at the lead that Tobi has. 1.185, 121,000 points to go. Definitely not easy, but definitely has the ability to do it, Gerald. He's definitely... I'm saying definitely a lot. He has a lot of kill screen experience. I believe he got like level 112 the other day. Colors grind attempt. Going for the glitch colors. But the left side for Gerald. Gets a long bar over there. Oh, but this stack is looking a bit problematic for Gerald. Hangs the J piece. It's not over yet though, because Gerald, can he get out of this? Needs a 5-tap over to the left. Oh my god, and Gerald, he doesn't get the Z piece to the left. Taking some panic skims here, he's going to top out at 1.1. And Tobi is going to take game number 1 off of Gerald Freeman. GG. In 3-1 Tetris. Apologies for the max out club lag. That's probably on my end. So clearly, pace gaming paid off once again. This time, Tobi, hackers are getting rewarded today. Tobi saying he didn't deserve to be in Div 1 and takes a game of probably one of the best players in the division this season. Very, very solid showing from him. See if he can do it 2 more times to try and take the set off of Gerald. It would be a wild, wild outcome, but of course, Gerald is not going to want to let that happen. Is a Division 1 winner, is a Masters event winner, so you know, he has the tournament experience now. He's not a newbie anymore, despite many people thinking he is still quite new. Because he's not been around since DCWC 2020, but many of us haven't. Didn't play in that time. There's actually new players since that new generation. So even the new generation are now old. There's even newer players. That's what you want. You want new players to come in and challenge all the young guys that came in originally. Got to show them that you're not at the top. You're only at the top because everyone else was bad, right? There's better players hidden around and beat you. What Gerald has done. Taken out the best players in the game. Has become one of the best players in the game, so mad props to Gerald. Tobi off to a pretty rough start here. Definitely doesn't want to be in this kind of situation. It's set up for a dirty Tetris and gets it. Ridiculous stuff from Tobi. Gonna burn this down. Now it's Gerald's turn to go for dirty Tetris mode. He takes the triple and burns this down. I'm glad Tobi got a comp PB and didn't lose. That would have been very demoralising. Fun fact, Tobi also got a comp PB versus me with a slightly lower 1.1. He'd win the game. And he also ended up sweeping me, so see if that outcome occurs again. But Gerald obviously a much more formidable opponent than I am. Maybe a tougher ask for Tobi to sweep Gerald Freeman. But I never say never. Maybe obviously the massive underdog here, but I don't want to put too much pressure on Gerald. I already have. Tetris for Gerald, 278. 263 for Tobi. Tobi also saying he can't believe he won a game against Gerald. That'll be the biggest accomplishment of forever. Lamau. Sorry, yeah, someone banned that guy. Bygone footman. Be gone, footman. Okay. Tetris for Gerald, 370. 356 for Tobi. Akibars and Tetris is into the lead, 379. Now he's going to take it right back with a Tetris 393. Back and forth once again. Here, Tobi, Gerald. Oh, a nice adjustment there for Tobi with the J piece for the S incoming. Gets the T piece all the way to the left hand side. taking some smart skims and gets the Tetris. Another one for Tobi. 433 to 431, only 2,000 points separating the two, but Gerald knocks down the Tetris to the 454. Tetris for Gerald. Tetris for Tobi. Very clean stacking from both players here. Level 18. Is what you'd come to expect from Div 1. Div 1 players should be able to hit 19 almost every single time with some solid scores. Not every time, but most of the time. Played enough games of NES Tetris to know how the games work and how the pieces move. Tetris for Tobi 526. Mid 500k transition. Tobi going to Tetris into transition, 551. Gerald going to enter slightly higher at 570. So we're going to immediately knock down the Tetris. He gets long bar to the left side. All the S pieces not great, but is able to find a touch there of the J and gets a Tetris. It's a 2,000 point lead here for Tobi. Gerald knocks down Tetris as well to get to 6-2, so it is very, very close right now. Double for Tobi, Tetris for Tobi, 627. Gerald looking for, oh, perfect S double there. I was going to say looking for an L piece, but cleared it out very cleanly. Gets a Tetris there, 650. Oh, a nice long bar dependency made for the incoming long bar with that S piece for Gerald, and he's going to get the Tetris there. Tobi filling up that left hand side. The Tetris ready. Another square, gets the Tetris. Oh, and decides to create a long bar dependency on the left side. Okay, gonna get the long bar over. J left gets the Tetris. 736 for Tobi. 706 for Gerald. Oh, and Gerald can't get the square over to the left side. This could become problematic. Trying to keep that well open. And we're getting droughted. And Gerald gets the J to the left side, so he's going to be able to save himself right here. But he's going to need some more pieces. Gets the T, needs a long bar to the right, gets the long bar to the right. Gerald in major, major trouble. He can dig himself out of this. Needs something to the left side. And Gerald, so high up. But Gerald is surviving this. Gets a J to the left, how's that even possible? And he's going to bring this down. Is he? Oh, the parity is quite poor though. Okay, nice L piece to the left. Oh, and Tobi hangs some pieces on the right. And Tobi's going to top out at 808. And now it's Gerald's chance to chase this down. And Gerald just needs to open up the well and get a couple of Tetrises, and this game is his. Gets a Tetris and Gerald is out of his situation. And just one more Tetris will do it for Gerald, and he's in line out city now. He can line out for as long as he wants. Tobi on a huge pace there, but just couldn't keep it up, hanging the L piece on the left, on the right side. He on the left did him in, and he was also in the middle of a pretty heavy drought. Not great. Gerald just a level of lines to go. Won't even need to hit kill screen for this. Gerald taking the safe burns. Knows exactly what he needs to do. 3 more lines. Double will do it, in fact. There it is for Gerald. Take game number 2, type set, GG. What was once a best of 5 is now a best of 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Oh, and oh, okay, I thought Gerald's capture wasn't working. Second, but fine. Anna says, power of plot. MVDVEGT says, what a dig. There's like no vowels. I don't know how to say that, but that was in fact a dig of all time. Doodle says, bruh. Gerald, art was in on a different galaxy during that dig. Tobi going for dirty Tetrises. I'm playing a pretty efficient game so far, just an unfortunate top on level 24. Who knows what would have happened if that game had made it to level 29, but we'll never know for sure. Maybe Gerald would have chased it down, maybe he wouldn't have. But you've got to try your best to not top out B29, because it's probably a guaranteed loss. Tetris for Tobi, 142. Gerald at 118, and Tetris again for Gerald to get a 141, so separated by pretty much nothing so far. Tetris for Tobi, 258. Gerald taking a skim there. I think it's important to know that even if you have unlimited space on the board, it's always smart to just burn even when you're low down, rather than create super dependent and weird stacks. A certain dog playing Tetris might say. Maybe gonna overshoot the square piece, they're gonna have to burn around that. But perfect square double, in fact, works out there. Maybe looks like he's gonna try and go left well. That's just gonna take a triple instead, doesn't want to play around with that for too long. Gerald, L dependent, gets the L piece. Gets the J piece with the dependency on the left. Tobi get the J piece. J piece for Tobi. Not happening. Now Tobi in a dig situation. They're going to slow him down just that little bit more, which is not really what Tobi wants, because Gerald is clean. We are in a drought though, which is good for Tobi, because it means Gerald can't pull away. There's a long bar. Gerald's probably going to get that long bar for a Tetris, and he does. 386 for Gerald, 326 for Tobi, gets a dirty triple up high. This board isn't looking too great. Better for a T-spin there, but the T never came. This situation is causing Tobi to just fall further and further behind. Generally feeling this Gerald haven't really Tetrised. Maybe looking for a long bar to the left to try and get out of this with minimal burns. There's a Tetris for Gerald. Maybe has finally opened up as well. Double there, and finally a Tetris for Tobi. Another one for Tobi. 392, Gerald with one. 485, so over 100,000 points ahead with that Tetris. Go to 508. Tobi's going to have to hope something happens to Gerald now, because to catch up to a roller who can play 29, pretty consistent, pretty difficult. Maybe opts to take the Tetris instead of filling in the dependency. Let's see if that pays off, and he gets the long bar for the dependency. It all works out in the end. There for Tobi, but no man, Tobi is quite far behind. He's going to need something special in post-transition. Try and catch Gerald here. Gerald looks like he's probably going to transition with a 600k. There it is, the 600,000 transition for Gerald. Tobi at 510,000. This is where rollers normally shine. On the faster speeds, they can just really pull away because it's easier for them to be efficient because of their extra piece movement. Oh, and Tobi. Oh, nice long bar to the left for that J piece. Long bar dependent now. Holding out for that long bar, gets the long bar. Here's a hole, but gets a Tetris anyway. Gerald at 687, over 100,000 points ahead of Tobi. I'm not really sure what Tobi's got to be able to do to win this game. The Tetris for Tobi, 601. Not really making a dent into Gerald's lead though, because Gerald isn't really burning anything. It's going to have to burn at least 4 lines here. Maybe we'll slow down Gerald just a little bit. It will be at least a Tetris, so if Tobi just went perfect, he'd be able to catch this. Gerald is clean again. Never looks to really be in any trouble, Gerald, when he gets going anyway. Oh, a nice tuck setup there with the S for the J for Tobi. Gets the Tetris. 715 for Tobi, but Gerald is well out in front at 833. Another Tetris for Gerald there. Gerald for Tobi, sorry. There's Tetris for Gerald. 893. Gerald set up for that J. Found all the right pieces. The tuck as well. 807 for Tobi. Not a bad game for Tobi, but Gerald just having a stellar game. 895, a triple for Gerald. A couple of long bars, unusable, but gets a third long bar for a Tetris. The Tetris for Tobi, 872. Gerald at 968. Square tuck there for Gerald. And another Tetris for Gerald. Max out on level 26 for Gerald. 905,000 for Tobi. So 100,000 points behind in pace and real-time score, pretty much. They're at the same point in the game. Yeah, Gerald is just so far out in front. And with the 29 ability that Gerald has, looking tough one for Tobi to be able to get anything from this one. There's another Tetris for both. 1,008,000, so a double max out once again. Oh, and look at that T-spin from Tobi. Hits the dead spin as well. Gerald sparring some squares in the center, but gets the Tetris at the 1.13. Looking for a 1.2 into level 29. Tobi's probably going to be done here. Not really much else he can do. Gonna get the max out. 1,059,000, and Gerald 1.2. Not into kill screen, but the 1.2 nonetheless. Gonna take game number 3. GG. Oh, one less E2. Yeah, you should be on 5. Yeah, we're on the same team. Very, very good stuff. So Gerald now up 2 games to 1 over the tapper Tobi, but Tobi definitely putting up a valiant effort here against one of the top players in the world. No shame in losing to a player of the caliber of Gerald. Oh, and Gerald gonna miss the T to the left side. Probably not gonna be a problem. Gets the long bar, fills in the left side. Tetris for Gerald. S flat for Gerald there, missing out on the Tetris. It's a non-issue, gets the Tetris anyway. Tobi, other piece on the right side, there it is. Tetris for Tobi. Vitz. Tobi. Another Tetris. So Dan, how many millions in sponsorships have you got since winning Masters? I'm actually sponsored by CTM. I'm actually so rich now since I won Masters. As is everyone else that's won Masters. They're all millionaires. the age of 15. CTM breaking the bank to pay out all these teenagers to play Tetris. Except me, because I'm not a teenager. I must be the first non-teenager to win CTM for like 2 years. Whenever Nenu last won, which was 2021? I wanna say? Early 2021? Isn't Huff 21? Is Huff 21? I did not know that. I thought he was younger. I thought he was like 19. Oh, it's Fractal 21. Oh, then I'm counting complete bollocks then. That was the most British thing I could have said, probably. Alright, Tetris for Gerald, 249. 271 for Tobi. No, but Sonny, I'm still the oldest out of all of those players. So... might not look it, but I am... You're not as old as Nenu, exactly. That's why I was mentioning Nenu. Just because I know he's the last player to win that's older than me. Tobi playing a very solid game here. 340 through 75 lines. Tetris for Gerald, 300,000 through 77 lines. I'm living proof that 20-year-olds can roll well on NES Tech. I'm the oldest player to win in 2 years, yeah. I'm also the player that looks the youngest to win in within those 2. So am I really the oldest? Right, Tetris for Gerald, 368. Tobi, 409. Tetris for Tobi again, 432. Head up for another one with that skim of the tea and gets some Tetris. Gerald also gets the Tetris here to 391. Alex T at the start of 2022 looked a bit younger than you do. Wow, I look slightly older than a 13-year-old. Honestly, I wonder what I will look like in 10 years. Will I look the same? Probably. When I'm 30 and I still look 15. Tetris for both. 509 for Tobi, 485 for Gerald. So separated by just a Tetris. Another Tetris for Tobi, 532. Maybe needs an L piece or an S piece to the left hand side. Can I use a T instead? Am I that Asian? No, I'm an Asian, I'm not that Asian. The Asian's way better at tennis than I am. Alright, Tobi gonna transition very awkwardly. 566 has lost the lead to Gerald. Transition's also quite high, but gets the Tetris good to 606. Tobi's managed to bring the stack down. Very well done here by Tobi. Love an S piece. Gets the S piece. Would love a T piece now. Uses a long bar instead. Oh, and that dependency on that left side is looking problematic. And Tobi in trouble. Gets an S piece to buy him some time, but there's no long bar in sight. And Tobi going to top out 582. And Gerald, 634 is good for the game. GG. Going to win the match 3 games to 1. Gerald, his final heart. Congrats, Gerald, for winning the set. I mean, Tobi, you did really well either way. Take a game off of Gerald is kind of insane. Yeah, Gerald, congrats on winning the set. You'll be up a few points. Not bad. That's gonna be it from me. I don't know who's live right now. Live, let's see. Is it just me? Surely not. Some guy not even playing Tetris. Let's raid Hidari. I don't know. It's Hidari Nestris. GG's guys. I haven't intended for mature audiences. It's just Tetris. Alright, anyways. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.